Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures, where I'll be talking and reviewing action figures from different manufacturers. Today we're going to be having a look at another G.I. Joe classified series figures. This is the number 117 in the line, and this is the Cobra Techno-Viper. So, of course, as you can see, you have box with the blister one up, and of course the one I have for my private collection. Well, I only build those, so I do have a bit more than just one, but this is the one that I took out of the box, so you can see both sides of the boxes. As you can see, blister, best box ever, and also the details behind with some legalese that we don't care about, but there's some interesting pictures and a picture of him out on the streets. Now, let's dive into the history of this figure and let's talk about, is this figure interesting? Is it a collectible item? Is it going to be something that you want to hold on, or would you want to wait for the retro line? And what are my final thoughts about this figure? So, as I said, let's jump into the history. So, this is my mint in box figure. This figure came out in 1987 in the G.I. Joe Real American Hero line. As you can see, we're going to put it here. As you can see, they did a pretty good job with the figure because it looks really alike this figure. As you can see, afterwards purple, this kind of purple, well, we're not going to talk about how realistic it is. You have the different tools that he has. There should be two hoses over here, and as you can see, you have a file card. Now, if you look at the file card, you can see this must be a Canadian version due to the fact that it has French. It has a French version of it, so yes, and it's written Hasbro Canada. I'm surprised that there was not the two languages due to the fact of Law 101. Maybe it was not around in those days when Quebec was maybe a bit smarter than what they are right now, but I digress. Let's get back into the history about this figure. So, like I said, came out in 1987. Didn't see him much in the, how do you call it, in the comics. Did not see, he did appear, but the character was a bit minor, really not used that much by Hasbro. Well, I would say more by Marvel, and also did not see him much. He was more of a trooper in the back, so you couldn't really get what he was up to. But again, it's a very futuristic character. Now that we have talked about a bit the history of this figure, let's talk about our classified figure. So, of course, this is a figure from 2024. Suggest retail price is $24.99 in the US and €29.99 euros. Now, this figure is currently sold out on Hasbro's Hasbro Pulse website. So, will they get some more for Hasbro Pulse Europe? I know that you can get it in the US and Canada with no problems at all. So, let's take out what we have in this box. Of course, we have the figure, we have his backpack, we have, of course, his pistol, we have his kind of laser rifle over here, we have his different tools. Let's put this over here. We have a holographic head-up display, and of course, we have the hose. Now, talking about the figure itself, the figure looks really neat. I mean, they really did some nice upgrades, some shoulder pads, the little pads where you can clip in your head-up display this on both sides. What I really like, and it's something that, let's zoom back in. I like the fact that you can swing these things around, is bracelets here. Something that they should have done with Spirit. I do think that it gives it a better, easier way to pose it. If you want to put it up and have him look at it, let's say you want to do this kind of pose with him, with this kind of display. You can see it's pretty easy. So, as you can see, it gives the look of it. Now, there's certain little details on it. There's a Cobra logo. I guess it's going to be very hard to have a look at it. So, this is the details of your head-up display. There's some few informations. Looks like a Cobra logo over there, or some kind of logo. Hard to say what it is. And some different dials up over there. So yes, of course, like it's a Techno-Viper. Then we have, of course, the backpack. Backpack has a bit of details in it, not much. And of course, we get the tools for it, like a hammer, some stuff to unscrew. Don't know what really you want to do it. Maybe you can use it to repair the his tank. Of course, you have the hose for that goes with it, and of course the pistol, who's just a bit of a standard pistol. Now, do I believe that this figure is a collectible item? Well, yes and no. The fact that if you're like me, a huge G.I. Joe collector from the past, you're going to want to get this figure in the retro line because, of course, you want the packaging, you want the extra figure stand. So, yes, I guess you would be going for this kind of packaging. Now, of course, this is a bit of an army builder. So, yes, he would sell. So, yes, it is pretty interesting. Due to the fact that this is a general release, he's going to be very easy to purchase if you want to get him from any kind of retailer in the US. Sadly for Europe, again, we can only get them through Hasbro Pulse. So when they're sold out on Hasbro Pulse, and Hasbro Pulse doesn't get any more of these weapons, then you won't be able to get anything more from them. So that puts it a bit harder for us in Europe to be able to do some army building around this character, especially I think, if my memory serves me well, you're limited to 3 of these. So that doesn't make it really much of an army build, especially if you want to keep one mint in box. That means you will have to resort to parallel importation. So yes, I would say he does have a bit of a collectible item to it. Now, my final thoughts and what do I think about this figure and what I will give it as a note out of 10. This figure is going to get a 9 out of 10. Personally, I think that Hasbro was a bit cheap. I would have liked to get, like the original figure, 2 hoses so that you could plug it into one of the weapons and not having to remove it. This could be problematic in the future. I think the fact that you have a little possibility to put something here, I would have liked to have maybe a little laser stuff, a little something coming out of it, would have made this figure a 10 out of 10 from my beliefs of this figure. So this is really the downplay of it. So I haven't been playing much with this figure. Well, not say playing with this figure, but I didn't have time to pose them too much. Didn't have time to do much pictures lately because I've been working on a lot of stuff. So yes, the figure overall looks pretty good. So this is why I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. So that's going to be it for the review of my Techno-Viper from the G.I. Joe Classified series from Hasbro. If you like the review, please leave a like, share, comment in this section. You can also leave any suggestions that you have, any other reviews that you would like me to do, or any other items that you want me to talk about. Otherwise, you can go to my Facebook page, my Instagram page. You will have the description. In the description, you can find where you can find all of that. You will have the direct link. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!